All right, so taking a tactical pause, there's several reasons that you can do it actually. I think teams opt to use it too little sometimes. I mean, firstly, is if you run into, losing so many straight rounds, you have no idea what to do tactically, so you can have a chat with your coach or, discussing within your team what you need to do to start winning those rounds. I mean, that's obviously the number one, and I think that's where we see teams take timeouts all the time. That's logical. Secondly, if somebody does like an ace or do a nice 1-on-3, 1-on-4, I mean, you guys listening to this, you probably experience as well. You get shaky. I mean, you're not going to get a single frag next round. I think this is a place where you, as an in-game leader or a coach, should do the pausing. I mean, just calm the guy down. I mean, because you're going to be 4-on-5 the next round, so you might lose the momentum from that. I mean, here around. Just because you don't pause it out, because you're going to be shooken up for a minute or two, and I mean, going into the next round straight after, not good, not good. I mean, I'm experienced that so many times myself, and I wish when I played back in days there was a timeout function, because it wasn't. And thirdly, I mean, if you're in the lead, but you want to calm things down because you feel like it's utter chaos, I mean, you're still winning the rounds, but I mean, you have no idea what to do, and I mean, your money situation isn't that good, so you need to calm down and, stay focused and discuss what you're planning on doing next, even though you're winning. I mean, that's just calm the game down and discuss it so you don't run into a trap. I think that's one of the most common mistakes I see from in-game leaders. I think because when you do a tactical timeout, you obviously discuss what you're going to do in the next round or the round after that. And you want to have it fresh in your mind. I mean, doing that before an eco, I mean, you're going to have the eco round to play out, and then you're going to have the rounds. You lose some momentum, and it's not going to be so fresh in your head like if you do it after the eco round instead. So, I mean, that's just greedy in time, in my opinion. I think they should wait with it. Yeah, I mean, we used the eco rounds as, how can you say, tactical timeouts, but it wasn't that long, so we just sat down, camped, especially as T. But it was a lot easier to do that, to figure out what we're going to do in the next round. So that was the way you could do it back in the days when there were no tactical pause allowed. So I think coaches should be able to talk all the time. I mean, looking at the best CS event as a viewer, it's been MLG Columbus in my eyes, the major there, because the coaches could, all the top teams pretty much had a coach, and they were like, you could see on the individual level that people stepped up, they could get coached and just focus on aiming, and you could see all the tactical plays coming out and mind games. It was beautiful to watch, and I mean, looking at it now, when coaches have 4 timeouts, that's the only time they can speak during the whole game to the players. I mean, the level of CS, frankly, has dropped quite a lot. Even though the game is still developing and all the teams are developing, I would have to say we're worse now than we were in MLG Columbus because of that sense. And I think Valve is making a huge mistake here, because obviously the end product is, viewer-friendly, CSGO, and for people to enjoy the top-level teams, to be the best they can be. I mean, so I think they're shooting themselves in the foot, and I really, really hope that they're going to change their mind and letting coaches be more active, because that's beautiful. I think they should hire the time for timeout, but then again, I mean, being a viewer myself, I watch all kinds of tournaments from at home. I mean, when it's a 30-second pause, I think it's on the top level of how much I want to bear. Otherwise, I'll just move on to doing something else. So I think they have a huge problem. 30 seconds is not enough for the coach to get his shit sorted out. But for the viewers, it feels like an eternity, right? So just let the coaches speak freely and done with the problem pretty much, but 30 seconds, not near enough.